think it's fair to say the new Super Mario Bros. Era of Mario's history is not exactly looked back upon fondly. Part of that isn't even its own fault. Any game series which would have the exact same art direction for 4 games spanning 6 years was bound to get some criticism, especially if art direction is an element that has always been top-notch in the series prior. While the original New Super Mario Bros. Took the world by storm when it released on DS in 2006, and hype for New Super Mario Bros. Wii was definitely through the roof as well, over time that excitement dwindled, and even started to transform into something that you might even call hate. I mean, I've seen people refer to this series as Mario's Dark Age, and while I would consider that a bit much, I do agree that especially by the end of it, this little sub-series started to feel a tad stale and unimaginative, and that's something a Super Mario game should never be. But funnily enough, it was the game that caused the most groans and arguably played a not so subtle role in the failure of the Wii U, its big launch game New Super Mario Bros. U, that houses the greatest level the New Super Mario Bros. Era has ever seen. Without it possibly being the case, it feels like a predecessor of Super Mario Bros. Wonder in the best way. A random wonder effect in the middle of a game filled with design choices and level aesthetics that we have already seen a gazillion times at this point. But without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the best level of these 4 games, Painted Swampland. Or Painted Pipeworks if you're more of a Super Luigi U kind of person. Now, credit where credit is due, the world this level is set in, Soda Jungle, is already on the more unique side as far as New Super Mario Bros. Worlds go. It very strongly resembles World 4 from New Super Mario Bros. For DS, but at least that is the only world it resembles. A world like Acorn Plains resembles worlds found in every New Super Mario Bros. Game. The jungle theme at least wasn't reused in the entries on Wii and 3DS. After a couple levels that introduced this poisonous jungle setting to the big screen, we find a little haunted section of the map that features not just a ghost house, but also level 4, Painted Swampland. And even on the overworld map, you can already see glimpses of what is about to happen, but it doesn't come to full fruition until you finally enter the stage and lay eyes on what is easily the most unique level the New Super Mario Bros. Era has produced. Just one look at the level design here is enough to convey that. And like I said, retrospectively, it reminds me a ton of the kind of wonder effects you'd see in Mario Bros. Wonder. In a way, it's almost out of place in how good it looks. For one random level, New Super Mario Bros. U decided that, you know what, having an actual art style instead of just generic 3D might be cool. In case you're not aware, or you're this guy I came across on a playthrough of the level on YouTube, the background of this course is inspired by The Starry Night, one of the most famous paintings ever made by Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh, or Van Gogh as you've probably heard it pronounced all your life, so I'll stick with that. It hails from the late 1800s and it depicts the night as Van Gogh views it from the mental asylum he was admitted to during this time. When the level first begins, the influence from this painting is so overt that anyone who has ever seen it will instantly recognize it. But as you continue platforming and make your way through, the background begins to switch to depictions Van Gogh most definitely never painted. This striking image of a painted Bowser emerges about halfway through the level and really ramps up the Yoshi's Island feel of the course. It's especially reminiscent of the fight against Baby Bowser in the original Yoshi's Island, only further supported by the similar drawn art style. I mean, did you notice even the warpipes adapt to the painted aesthetic? Only Mario, enemies and objects such as coins and blocks remain their standard self. Everything else is altered. Underground areas even have their own unique background, this swirling design that seems inspired by the center of the Starry Night. It isn't seen anywhere else in the level. Painted Pipeworks, the Super Luigi U level that shares this design, has a secret ending that features a painting of Luigi, accompanied by another unique, more subdued background. Both of these levels also house a secret exit that is mandatory to take, the only course in their respective games this applies to. Put all these factors together and you end up with a beautiful and extremely unique level that leaves me only wondering one thing. Why? Why does this specific level seemingly have so much effort poured into it with unique backgrounds, assets and more when the majority of the game looks exactly the same as it had done for the past 6 years? Sure, New Super Mario Bros. U claims to have a unique food theme, but that barely shines through in the levels. And yet, one level now suddenly decides to go for a painting theme and immediately nails the hell out of it. I would love to ask the developers what their philosophy behind this course was, especially in relation with the rest of the game. But I don't have Shigeru Miyamoto's number, nor has any journalist ever asked him or any other developer of the game about it. So it's a question I'll probably never get the answer to, but I just cannot imagine the team making this course and seeing its final product and not having a thought like, damn, this looks so much better than the rest of the game. It would at the very least explain why they decided to go so incredibly hard on this level in particular. Perhaps it's linked to the decision to make the secret exit mandatory, meaning they might have anticipated players would have to play this stage more than once. Or it might have served as a sort of artistic sandbox for themselves even, where they could let creative ideas flow without the restrictions of the current Mario style. I mean, renowned veterans like Miyamoto, game director Takashi Tezuka, or art director Masanobu Sato, not to be confused with a different Masanobu Sato who is, and I quote, world record holder of the longest time spent pleasuring himself. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, these people love a good art style. One look at their resume shows that beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hell, Tezuka and Sato are directly responsible for the art design and style of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and they did a fantastic job there. I will never be able to prove it, but I can just see right now that before that game entered production, these two would run into each other in the break room or at the water cooler and just randomly say, remember that Van Gogh level we did a couple years ago? That was good stuff. Let's do more of that. And even though Mario Bros. Wonder doesn't have a wonder effect that resembles a Starry Night, or any painting whatsoever really, I can't help but feel this level may have inspired the concept. It wasn't triggered by anything like a wonder flower, but it is a super unique design decision that really helps make this level in particular stand out from the crowd. I mean, I have never forgotten this level, but I don't think I could name many others from this game without doubting whether they're not from the Wii or 3DS version. And a part of that is because only one level has this art style. If all of them did, say an entire world, it would still be memorable but less impactful, and I think that in particular may have served as the inspiration behind wonder effects. Those two are different in almost all levels, making all of them memorable in their own way. I doubt I'm the only one who could describe more wonder effects that happen in Mario Wonder than I could levels from the entire New Super Mario Bros. Line of games. And that philosophy of making every stage its own little art piece and sandbox of creativity, that is something that feels inspired by Painted Swampland, the best level of the New Super Mario Bros. Era. But hey, that's just my opinion. Do you agree? Or is there another stage that really stuck with you from the New Super Mario Bros. Years? Share it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on all my future Mario content coming up. For now, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.